Hello, one and all. This is Ryuuji with Omake Ikuze, and normally I don't rant much, so I guess for this episode, this is my first submission to the Otaku Takeout. Now, we all know what it's like to be cosplayers for the most part, and I am talking to most of the cosplayer community here. And even those who aspire to cosplay. I promote you to go forth in your endeavors. I really do. But there are some people in this world who simply don't. I mean, let's look at some of the cases that happen, okay? Apparently, at one convention, there could be like a crowd of mothers who don't even go to the convention at all, but they know it's there, and they'll sing it out and apparently assault some cosplayers. Why? We don't do anything to them. We don't do anything to anyone, not even to conservatives. Now, with that said, I hereby declare that I respect any and all religions and or ways of belief. I am entitled to my own. You are entitled to your own. And I would not wish ill upon another person for simply expressing themselves or doing a hobby that doesn't harm anyone. But unfortunately, there are some people in this world who feel differently. And that is the issue I wish to address here tonight. For those of you who have paid attention to the page, or were even there, I was at the Resident Evil 6 release, midnight release mind you, and I was in cosplay as Vector, a USS operative under Umbrella, who was one of the characters in Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Now, with that said, one of our viewers, and even someone who I also consider a bit of a friend, asked to take a picture. I said sure. She took a picture and uploaded it to Facebook, which then became a target by this super conservative prick who I will only refer to as Mr. T. He found my picture to be offensive and treated it as if I was purposely poking fun at the shooting that happened at the Batman release. For those of you who have seen or heard some of our talks and reviews, we actually do feel bad about what happened. We really do. We send our condolences. I've even done what I can for what little organization options that have appeared to allow us to give a form of support. And yes, with that said, he's got on to even, in a very, very disrespectful manner, go on to say that I should have been shot by the police that night. Well, good sir, I hope this reaches you. As I have said on our thread that we had a discussion of, I have done nothing wrong. I cleared it with the store manager. I followed every legal precaution. And you hope ill upon my friends and family who find what I do, or even support what I do? Your ignorance fails to escape me, because I cannot simply put into words the kind of conservative asshole you really are. And for anyone who has saw the screenshots of that thread, mostly my friends and my family, I said nothing out of the ordinary. And again, I was attacked constantly by such disrespectful language. Called me, pretty much calling me an ingrate, disrespectful, and just even saying that back in the old days, people like me, like us, to those reviewing, if you are otaku, nerds, geeks, anime lovers, fangirls, fanboys, whatever, even gamers, we are not what society dictated of us years ago. No, we've changed. I'm a 200 plus pound individual, mostly actually muscle. Sure, I have some fat from the time I have been not training due to an injury. But with that said, I am a black belt in mixed martial arts. Did I actively challenge this gentleman? No. It was pointless. I found no reason to actually wish harm upon this Mr. T. And so, why would you attack me and wish ill upon me, and then call the person who was supposed to be your friend, the one who asked me to upload if she could take this picture? And I obliged. To say that it was wrong of her to upload, that it was wrong of me to dress this way. Who are you to judge? I mean, as a matter of fact, isn't there a line from Matthews, if I'm not mistaken, that says that you should not judge another person? I actually have it here. Let me check. I should still have it. But just really, I find no reason as to why I am to be considered offensive, or for what reason I should have been shot. Then again, also, to further drive the point of what he wished to say, that he wished that I had been shot in the, and I quote, penile area, so that, and I quote, that my filth, that my ignorant filth would not be allowed to spread into the world. Take a moment here and think about it. That apparently me being a cosplayer makes me ignorant filth. Now, I'm giving you a moment here again to think upon that. I'm looking for the quote I had here. I meant to grab it before, but I had to run out and do something real quick, and that made me forget to pull it up. But the general consensus of Matthew in the section I really wish I had it. But pretty much it stated that You would not pass judgment upon others, and one should not pass judgment upon another based on how they are, based on their beliefs, based on anything in general, that you should not judge someone. You have blatantly broken your own principles by passing judgment upon myself, and even claimed that in the name of cosplay that it is offensive. Well, let me ask you guys something. Cosplay, in one way, is nothing different than, say, going out and dressing up for Halloween. I mean, sure, people go out there, Superman, Ghost, Ghostbuster, Ninja, and many other things. I mean, sure, we do it more often than most, but it's not like we do it every day. No. I have a life besides that. I have a job. And I'm also working on getting my degree. So it's not like I'm sitting here in my room, sure, I'm still living at home, but that's for other reasons, because the school that I attend is around the corner. So that makes no sense for me to go out and pay rent that I can't afford right now with my job. And just, no. I mean, I'm doing the better financial thing here. But that's besides the point. So, with that said, Mr. T, and I am choosing to keep your name anonymous to show that I'm the better person here. That I will not attack you by name. I will not link to your page. But for you to be further offended by my cosplay, I did tag my cosplay page's my cosplay page to that photo. And let this be a lesson. Don't judge us. And to say that back in the old days, people like me, like us, would get shoved into lockers. Now, I have always been as big as I am. I mean, I have pretty big hands. And come to find out, actually, it's bone structure that my hands are so big. But with that said, and really, I'm not going to attack you. I'm just bringing this out here that I wish ignorant pricks like you would become better educated in how the world works, and they become better accepting in learning to actually respect the principles of the very faith that you preach, and will even thrust down the throats of others. Now, with that said, sure, in our little discussion, you didn't try to force anything down me. But I did a little bit of research on you. And you attend a Methodist university. Now, not to offend any Methodists that I know, but for just you in general, I'm truly sorry that you have to put up with that on a daily basis. I have plenty of friends who are Methodists. I have plenty of friends who are Baptist and everything else. I myself am Catholic. Does that change anything? No. We respect each other's principles. I'm not a practicing Catholic. But in general, I don't do anything to blatantly offend anyone. And if I see someone take a picture of a cosplay, if I like it, and I'll give them credit. Now, with that also said, going back to that night, I consulted with 100 plus people who were there that night on if I was offensive. And they all laughed. Now I want you to sit there and enjoy the fact that 100 plus people laughed at you calling me offensive. And as for me to be shot by a cop, the guy sitting next to me in line, the person who's going to be second to pick up his copy, was a cop. And I consulted him. I have not done anything illegal. I have not done anything offensive. And for you to connect my Resident Evil with the Batman shooting just shows how ignorant you are. I cannot seem to overstate how much of an idiot you truly are. And just... it's people like you who are causing this country to regress. Instead of us actually stepping forward, we're falling backwards. But, with that just said, I respect your opinions. I find your argument to have been completely invalid and your point moot. You had no grounds on which to say that I was offensive. And also to clarify, I had actually gotten permission from the store manager. Let us say 2.5 months in advance, and even between that point and to the present release date, I verified with him. He actually encouraged it. And so, in closing, to all the cosplayers out there, be careful, because there are going to be some people who will just want to attack us, to just find us offensive for no apparent reason whatsoever. And some will actually go to extremes to actually lynch us. Now, with that said, don't let yourselves become a victim. Never let yourself become a victim. Because we are not the scrawny little nerds that were depicted back in the 1980s movies. No. We're different. We're the majority now. And as a matter of fact, the athletes at my high school that you said probably beat me on a daily basis, most of them respected me. Some even feared me. Did I purposely make it so? No. Did it happen? I never even tried. And with that point said, I hope that you become better educated and you see things for what they really are, and that your argument was stupid, ridiculous, and childish. So, in closing, for my Otaku takeout, or Omake takeout, this is Ryuuji from Omake Ikuze saying goodbye, good night, and don't be a victim of other people's misjudgment. This is Ryuuji signing out.